Hello, people of Earth. I'm just kidding. Hi. My name is Dana, and I have a message for you. If you were led to this video, I have a message for you. So, on my way home, let me start off telling you a little story. So, on my way home today, I was just praying for guidance and direction, and for my path to be laid out in front of me, for my next steps to be like illuminated so I know what to do next. If you've been getting this like undying like urge to do something with your life, like you feel like you were born for something great and you that like never left you, like if you know that you're a part of some huge change that is to happen, or if you know that you're a part of something that you can't really put into words, you were born here for a huge purpose, and you are guided by God or the divine. If your spiritual gifts are starting to surface and be activated, you know, if any of that, if a lot of little hints are being made to you, if you're having dreams about it, whatever, okay, this is definitely for you, okay? If you resonated with my video that I made a few months ago about the 144,000, this one's for you too. If you didn't resonate if you didn't resonate with it, and you are if you resonate with the words Lightworker, Torchbearer, STARSEED, spiritual leader, any of those things, then this is for you, okay? If you're life path number 11, this is for you. If you don't resonate with some of that, or if you're not life path number 11, it doesn't mean this isn't for you, okay? But, okay, let's start off. I call in my higher spiritual guides now, please. Help me to deliver this message accurately and efficiently, and let it fall on hearts and ears that are ready to hear. Thank you. Okay. So, I didn't plan this at all, but that's usually how it happens, right? So I have this bin of like oracle cards. I'll be making a video on oracle cards too for some clarity, but that's beside the point. And I was gonna do something with them, but these two cards were highlighted to me, and I knew right off the bat that this was gonna be a message. I think, for me at least. I thought it was just gonna be for me, but it's not. So the first one is Bunny Hop Jive and All In, okay? And it's 4 and 8. So, like I said earlier, I was in my car, I was driving, and I was just praying for what am I supposed to be doing? You know, I keep getting messages that I'm doing it already. I'm on the right path. I'm doing the right things and all that stuff. But me being me, I'm just like, what's the next step? It's like I want to be prepared. Like it's like, I don't know what's coming. Like, I feel like something big is gonna change or happen, and I'm getting confirmation after confirmation of this. But it's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I know it's something, and I know it. I just know that it's something. You know, I've gotten little hints here and there, and I'm sure you have as well. But it's like, what is it? What am I? You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, God, well, I'm just gonna wait. You know what I mean? So anyway, so it's Bunny Hop Drive and Olin. I'm going to read these to you real quick. Number 4 is, I'm getting somewhere, I promise. Whoever said you had to do it alone, it's tea for two time. Friendships, partnerships, even partyships are bounding your way. It's time to join hands and do-si-do with your sisters and brothers. Togetherness brings miracles now. And then 8 says, all systems are go. Whatever you do right now, do not hold back. This is the perfect time to give it everything you've got. For every inch you move toward your dream, the universe will move it 10 times closer, 10 miles closer. It's time to raise the stakes and play your hand. I'd jump on in if I were you. All right, so little side note. So these cards were highlighted in a way that, like, I like my stuff super organized. So I had them, like, organized like that, like, in a stack. And when I came in here, these two were like that, like in the deck, okay? If you, like that. Like, I just knew they were for me. You know? And if you play with oracle cards, or if you, I don't know, if you get messages from the divine and, like, you're intuitive, then you know when stuff's for you. Sometimes it's just, like, illuminated or it's highlighted in a way, kind of, if you're clairvoyant too. Alright, so that's how that happened. And then I look at the cards again, and God's like, okay, read page 48. And I'm just like, what? Read page 48. So I pick up my little books with the card, you know, that go with the cards. Remember when I was praying? Remember, like, what am I supposed to do and stuff? Those were 2 answers right there. And page 48 is going to be, it's the card number 21. The cosmos, awakening, unity, higher perspective. Higher perspective resonates to peace and serenity and the soul's connection to the cosmos. It purifies and clears confusion about the soul's place in the universe and assists the soul with feeling aligned with a greater purpose and a higher power. It reminds all beings to perceive situations from a higher, more celestial perspective. The cosmos is asking that you see your situation from a higher perspective. Perhaps you've been too focused on trying to solve your problem from only one point of view and need to ask the universe for assistance and bring in a new outlook. Expand your ideas into brighter and bigger ventures. Think big. New ideas will be coming forth that are a higher, cleaner vibration. This is a time of full expansion and attracting very high frequencies. Super friggin' cool. Okay, so basically, we're thinking too small, number 1. Okay, and we need to stop thinking that it's just going to be just you and it's just me. Okay, because this is a time when the universe or God or source or whatever you want to call it. I do have an essay on that on my website if you want to read what is God. Anyhow, he's right now, our soul family, our soul tribe are being brought to us and being brought together. If it hasn't happened yet, then it will happen, and believe that. And they may already be around you. Okay? So you don't have to do it alone. You do have a vision. And like a big goal. But sometimes this stuff needs to be broken down and put into parts where people are delegated. Okay? If you know what I mean. So basically, it's saying, like, write your plans down. Don't worry, you're not going to be alone. And make sure you look at it from a higher perspective. Unity. Okay? Expand your ideas into brighter and bigger ventures. Think big. And you're going to be getting new ideas. Okay? Next, number 48, page 48 on the next book that I opened. Just as the North Star is a beacon for travelers in the dark of the night, you are a beacon for others. It's time to step into the light and take your leadership role. You are a teacher, steward, guardian, and healer, a true leader. Own these gifts. Come into the light. Don't hold back. Let the world see your light. The greatest leaders are those who know how to serve and act as stepping stones for others to reach their dreams. If you've been hiding in the background, it's time to break out and become the light for others. Through this, your star shines brighter. I can't make this up. That's what it says on page 48. Okay? All right, the next one. Page 48. Hidden Realms. You are a gatekeeper to the hidden realms of ancient wisdom. Access the hidden realms for further meaning and insight into a soul's pain or individual's disease. Use conscious communication and work to bridge the realms between humanity and creation. Communicating with the elementals, nature, animal realms, ancestors, angelic forces, and spiritual beings that serve humanity as guardians, guides, teachers, masters, and more is the role that you have. These ancient practices have been developed and refined across time, with shamans, seers, visionaries serving their communities as mediators between the human experience and the world of nature. Restoring power to those who have experienced disempowerment or physical experience. You reconnect the aspects of the soul that have been lost through trauma or life experiences. I'm sorry, my throat chakra is like, whoa, today. It's probably because I'm supposed to make this video. Right now, you're being asked to connect to the hidden realms, expanding your consciousness, to open your mind wide and reconnect with your soul. There is much to be learned from the hidden realms that can assist you in your waking life. Examine your dream cycles and interpret your subconscious messages. Creating conscious awareness will allow you to actively connect to your universal guardians, the elements, and celestial realm. Like any learned skill, practice will improve the strength of your connection. Pay attention to any symbols, animals, or visual images that appear in your life right now, as there is deep meaning that applies to you. Affirmation. I am a clear and successful mediator of conscious divine communication. Boom. Page 48 on this one. Cosmic Heart. You're being called to refocus your attention deep within, to the intelligence of your own heart, to bow with deep reverence to your inner temple, to live your life in devotion to this place, to make your life one big moving prayer. Perhaps you've forgotten what made you start doing things in the first place. This is your call to take a moment and reconnect with the truth at the very center of your heart, to get back to the essence of what you're about, to devote your life to what you care most about. Turn your gaze deep, deep, deep. There are seasons for harvesting and seasons for sowing. Right now, you're being called to plant your soul's seeds and sing to them with deep devotion, to feed them with the sweet waters of your own soul, to lose yourself in the potency of what it is most that expands your heart, to live your life according to what makes you come alive, rather than what everyone else thinks, to make your life one big moving prayer. That was page 48 of that book. Page 48 here. Number 15, Fire. Duality, creation, the rising phoenix, bringing conflict into harmony, intensity, transformation, the incredibleness of being alive, coalescence, infinite energy. We live in a dualistic world of light and dark, yin and yang, masculine and feminine. Focusing only on light can repress our shadows, bringing both sides into balance and being real with our humanness allows us to reach more joy, authenticity, and depth. By accepting and loving all of ourselves as we truly are, we can extend more of this love and have deeper compassion with others. There is a balanced dance of creation. The greater the distance of separation, of duality, the greater the density. In this place of coalescence, as they come together, they dissolve into one with all that is. In this place of coalescence, the fusion brings both sides together in oneness, not just as a remerging with the universe, but in an alchemical process of becoming the empowered creator force we truly are. Themes: passion, motivation, destruction, power, illumination, determination, inner light, forging forward, and transformation. I'm almost done with these. Page 48 of this book. Change is coming. Things are not as they seem. There are no wrong turns. Every adventure and misadventure is part of the course. You are on a pilgrimage of the soul. Keep your metaphorical bag packed. Some unexpected experiences are ahead. Be ready for anything. The joy of travel is that you can begin to experience the everyday as if you are seeing it for the first time. Nothing should be taken for granted. And the last one, Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? You are more held than you could possibly imagine, loved and cherished so deeply that if you knew, you would not spend 1 second of your life in separation, worry, or fear. Lay all of your worries, regrets, shame, and guilt on the altar. Please, please, sweet child, do not fear. You are love in motion. If you allow it, you are already healed. You are good. Let love wash away your fears. Your capacity to love and hold others is limited to your capacity to love and hold yourself. Be compassionate with your sweet body, mind, and soul. Treat yourself like the beautiful spirit that you truly are. Remind yourself that you are doing your best and try not to carry it on your own. You've got this. Lift the weight of the world off your shoulders. Forgive yourself, my dear, sweet child of the earth. How can you mother yourself? You know all this deep, like, shadow work that we've been doing, this deep healing and all this deep stuff that's been going on this year. Not only this year, the years before that. COVID, the time of COVID, has it been almost 2 years already? Was meant to be a time of introspection, of realizing what was most important in our lives, of really taking stock of the things in our lives and the things that we needed to cut out and the things that we needed to keep and what we needed to cultivate and to water in our lives, okay? That was supposed to bring us closer to God. You can call it source, you can call it God, you can call it the universe, whatever you want. It's the same thing. It's the energy that created us. It's where we came from. Okay? Your soul is a piece of that. Okay? And some souls are older than others. Just because, I mean, they were created before the others. It doesn't mean they're higher up or they're better or anything like that. Okay? But the ones who are being called to do these things are old souls. Okay? You're an old soul. And you're here to be a torchbearer. You're here to be a light worker. What does it mean to be a torchbearer, you say? What does it mean? It means you have a staff. Okay? You light the fire with the love in your heart, the love in your body that you embody, okay? The more that you feed yourself with love and light from God, from the Creator, okay, that's within you and within all living things, the more that you do that, the bigger the fire gets, okay? That's a torchbearer. You're holding a torch. What do you do with it? You light other people's torches. You share it with others. Okay? And if you feel like you've been like singled out a lot, or you feel like you don't fit in, or there's no one around that thinks like you or acts like you or whatever, okay, well, you're meant to be the torchbearer for that area. They're placed apart in different places because, like, imagine the world, okay? And imagine like a lot of like it's just dark right there, like this. Just visualize it with me, okay? And God's placing pillars of fire all over the earth, okay? Now imagine if he placed them all in one place. Can the whole world be lit up by that? No. No. He placed them strategically around the earth to light up little bits of those areas where eventually everyone's torch will be lit. If that makes any sense to you, okay? Well, how do you do that, you say? How do I light other people's torches? Well, you be kind when someone is ugly to you or mean to you. You lend a helping hand to someone who needs it. If someone gossips to you or starts to gossip with you, you can either say, I don't want to hear that, or that crosses my boundary, or you just don't care, or you walk away. You don't divulge in that stuff because that's not who you are. Okay? You help people when they're in need. You give love where love is needed. You give hope to others who are hopeless. You smile at people whoever you want to smile at. You could be the only person that's looked at them that day. You could be the only person that gives someone hope in humanity, or that makes them feel like living still. No matter what they look like, you're a light worker. You were born to see past appearances. You were born for that. You're anointed. You're anointed to help people rise. You're anointed for that. You're anointed to fill your own cup and let it pour over into others. It doesn't matter what the outside looks like. It doesn't matter what your entire workplace is focused on and you're not. It doesn't matter. You're there to be different. You're there to think differently from them so that you can be an example for what the future is supposed to look like, or what we want the future to look like, what it should look like. Okay? If you have a vision of the future and of the world of what you want it to be like, these glamorized terms are about, all everywhere, the new earth, heaven on earth, all this. It's in the Bible even, okay, where it talks about how heaven will be brought down to earth and stuff. How do you think it's going to happen? How do you think it's going to happen? It starts with you. This is the period of time, okay, if you're doing something, if you're creating something or inventing something or doing something revolutionary, amazing. That is so great. But if you are one of the ones who feel like you're not doing anything and you should be doing something, that's where you start. You start with your torch, okay? We've been doing all this shadow work and healing, okay? Some of the shadow healing was so we could face the shadows that are with us that we have rejected. This goes way deep, but I'm not going to get too into it right now. But some of them were ancestral, okay? And you came to heal ancestral trauma, things that have been passed down and stuff like that, because you're a transmuter. You turn things into love. You turn darkness into love, okay? That's what you do. God is love, all right? So you change it around for people, okay? Well, you'd have to do it for yourself first. Not only did you heal yourself so you can heal others, but those shadows that you had to face and accept and forgive and love within yourself so you could integrate your shadows, those things that cause the shadows, now, whenever you're faced with a situation where you want to help someone, where you feel called to help someone or led to help someone, you won't be as judgmental. Okay, some of the shadows are for that. It helps you with that. Okay, those things that are hard to accept in other people, maybe you had to face them in yourself first. You know what I mean? But if you are listening still, then you're a light worker, and you came to keep that torch lit by working on yourself and keeping your own well filled up with God, whether it's through reading the Bible or I suggest doing more than that, okay? Because God gave you wisdom and he gave you a mind to figure things out and to see beyond, you know, between the lines and stuff like that. Okay. So use that. Use those inner nudges that you get to go towards the things that God wants you to learn about, that the universe has called you to learn about or go towards. Okay. And those things are gonna fill you up too. Give yourself love, the love that you needed as a child, mothering yourself. Okay. What kind of things make you feel held and cared about? You got to do those things for yourself. We have to heal ourselves so that we can heal others, and in turn, the entire planet. Okay. So if you feel like you need to be doing something, if you're not, if you're spreading love and light, if you are there for people when they need someone, if you help others see a new perspective, a more positive perspective in any of their situations, you know, if you're the only person that someone has to listen to lay their problems on, if you're raising children and you're teaching them how to think for themselves, and you're teaching them the ways of the world, and you're teaching them to be kind, and you're teaching them to embody light and how to embody light, then you're doing it right. You're already doing it. If you are looking at situations in your life and other people's lives and helping them to see the higher perspective and to see God and the lesson in those situations, and you're seeing God and the lessons in your situations, you're doing it right. If you're looking for ways to treat your body better, you're doing it right. If you're looking for ways to help people just see things differently, to be closer to God, to see themselves, if you're helping people to see the beauty in themselves, you're doing it right. You're doing the right thing. You're on the right path. If you're helping, if you've started a business for any kind of healing work, if you're drawn to that, you're doing it right. If you have always had a passion for animals and you're working with animals, you're doing it right. You know why? Because you're following your passion. If you're passionate about helping people, if you're passionate about spreading love, if you're passionate about being on camera, if you're passionate about art, if you're passionate about cars or plants or anything like that, you follow those passions. If you're passionate about creating anything, if you're passionate about being with children, if you're passionate about writing, okay, if you're passionate about music, you keep doing those things that you're passionate about, okay? Because when your passion is lit up, it's lighting your heart up, and that's your heart space. That's your heart chakra. Okay, that's where you embody, that's where the love frequency goes in and out, okay? That's where you feel God. And in turn, it helps your other chakras too, okay? Love is very, very important. But that's loving yourself, following your passions, and it's loving what God gave you as a passion. Like, you were born with that innate thing. Your passion is what you follow. If you're following your passion and you're doing things that are growing love in your life or other people's lives, you're on the right path and you're doing the right things, okay? Just believe and trust with me that God is bringing people in that are going to be like our teammates, our soul tribe in. You can go ahead and call them in if you like to, or if you want to. Ask God to go ahead and bring them in and to highlight them for you so you don't miss them. But those are going to be our teammates. We don't have to do it alone. And any of you, if you're still watching right now, we're a team. We're together. We're in this together. And it doesn't matter if other people don't listen. The ones who don't listen, the ones who don't care, they don't need to hear it. It's okay. Their time isn't now. Just keep on walking. Just keep on going. All right? Just keep on. You know, you might not look like or sound like the people they're used to hearing talk about God or about love and stuff like that. So sometimes people disregard you. You're not supposed to look like them anyway, and you're not supposed to sound like them anyway. God is doing something different now. So because this is like It's important. It's like a wake-up call for humanity right now. You're not going to look like the preachers in the church. If you might, I don't know, but I think most of Lightworkers and people that I'm talking about that are resonating with this aren't going to look like that. You're not going to sound like that. And a lot of people they don't understand that. They are used to hearing a certain way, and you know, we're here to break that paradigm. We're here to break that closed-mindedness. But you can't do it for everybody. You know, you can plant the seed. Not everyone's going to want to hear it because they're not going to understand, or they've been taught that the things that we talk about are evil or whatever. You got to just trust divine timing. Plant the seed and trust divine timing, okay? As long as you did your part. And you can pray for them too. Pray for them too. As long as you know that you're not following evil, or you're not using evil things, or communicating with evil, I don't know another word to call it, darkness or whatever, that's fine, okay? As long, just make sure you use discernment, okay? So anyway, at the end, like right when I was about to turn this on, these were the cards. These are the last two cards that were highlighted for me, okay? Psst. Hey, you. And the next one, baby steps. Baby steps. Guess what? Guess what that equals? The number 21. Yeah, which was the first page that I turned to. Love it. Okay. I love you guys.